Before we dive in, if you believe in real love stories, the kind that survive the spotlight, the kind that outlast the noise, then hit that like button. Subscribe for more stories that reveal the truth behind the fame. And let's talk about a love story that had the whole world watching. Because they say love finds you when you stop running. But what happens when the man in question was born to run? Because this isn't your everyday romance. This is the story of Asafa Powell, the sprint king whose feet made history, and Alyshia Miller-Powell, the woman who made his heart slow down long enough to feel. For years, Asafa's name echoed through stadiums. The world knew the power in his legs, the records, the medals, but no one really knew the man behind the muscles. Fame gave him fans, money, and status, but it couldn't give him peace. It couldn't give him that quiet heartbeat after the race was done. Then came Alyshia, a woman who didn't care about the stopwatch. She wasn't chasing speed, she was chasing truth. She saw the man behind the flashbulbs, the one who laughed differently when the cameras weren't on. And for the first time, Asafa wasn't the one being chased. He was the one doing the chasing. Their story began like a whisper, but fame doesn't let whispers stay quiet. The moment their pictures hit the internet, the world had opinions. Some said she was there for the fame. Some said he'd never settle. Some swore it was just another celebrity phase. Because people don't believe that someone who has everything can still crave something as simple as love. But here's the part they didn't expect. They didn't crumble. They didn't fade. They built. While the world waited for drama, they were building a foundation. When blogs hunted for arguments, they were planning futures. When critics threw shade, they chose laughter. Still, love under the spotlight isn't easy. Every post becomes a headline. Every smile gets dissected. And Asafa had to learn that being strong isn't just about winning races. It's about protecting what matters off the track. Because the real race wasn't the 100 meters anymore. It was learning to be a husband, a father, a man who doesn't sprint away when things get hard. And Alyshia, she stood tall through it all, not as a trophy wife, but as a partner, a builder, a woman who knew her worth before the world ever saw her name next to his. She didn't need validation. She was the validation, the kind of calm that can quiet down even the fastest man alive. You see, people think fame destroys love, but sometimes fame just tests who's really built for it. And Asafa and Alyshia, they didn't just survive the test, they rewrote it. Now, when you see them together, it's not about filters or flash. It's about that silent understanding, the look that says, we've been through storms the internet will never know about. And that's the beauty of it. Because love isn't proven in the easy days. It's proven in the quiet endurance of the hard ones. So say what you want, judge how you please, but while others are chasing temporary thrills, these two are building something the world can't trend out of existence. Because sometimes, the greatest victory isn't crossing the finish line first. It's finding someone worth slowing down for. And that is the kind of love story you don't scroll past. It's the kind you feel, the kind that reminds you, no matter how fast life moves, real love always finds its pace. If you felt that, if you believe in love that stands the test of time, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's keep telling the stories the world tries to forget.